Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar Kadash, Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and his unbegotten Son, Bahashem. In the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash Holy Tongue. And I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Wa'akbaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of the Book of Amos, Chapter 8, verse 11 to verse 13. This is a sit-down lesson number 2, as of June the 9th, 2026, on this Tuesday night. The Book of Amos, Chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst of water, but the hearing of the words of Yahweh. Right, so the words of the Heavenly Father is going to come to pass and be fulfilled, just like these prophecies come to pass and fulfilled. So the famine of the word is nigh at hand, and this is a prophecy definitely going to come to pass and be fulfilled, and we're seeing increasing signs of that. This is the Book of Amos, Chapter 8, verse 12. And they shall run from sea to sea, from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro, and try to seek the words of Yahweh shall find it. Right, so many are going to run to and fro, try to seek the words of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh shall find it. Amos chapter 8, verse 13, it says, in that day shall a fair version of your man feel thirst. Right, so in that day is going to be a fair version of your man feel thirst. So I'm going to get a little bit more, let's see, go to the Google search and type in the Amos. Amos 8 and verse 11. Doing this for edification's sake. Check out the AI mode. It says, this is from the KJV 1611 from the Google Church of AI mode. It says the core meaning and context, that spiritual famine. This verse warns of a divinely kingdom where physical food and water are not what is missing. Instead, God's withdrawal, his voice, and prophetic guidance and revelations from his people, which the Israelites. It says the prophet Amos delivered his message towards the northern kingdom of Israel right during those times. They could be related to these times as well too, the northern kingdom, southern kingdom, the children of Israel. It says to the systematic corruption, economic exploration of the poor, religious hypocrisy, and the repeated rejections of Yahweh's prophets. Right, just like in those other times. Was that Ezekiel 33, verse 33, and it could be related to these other times. So I'm go to, let's see, check out the net. Check out verse 12. And this is from the AI Google review. AI mode. It says the judgments because that's I was trying to get the verse 12. It says the verse 12 describes the panicking geographic scrambles of followers of people travel frantically in every direction from the Dead Sea to the Mediterranean Sea and from the north into the east, looking for a true prophetic word of divine guidance, but they are met with silence. Because this prophecy is going to come to pass and fulfilled. Was that Amos chapter 3, verse 6, shall that trumpet be blown in the city, and the people that are afraid shall be evil in the city, and Yahweh has not done it. And then when the prophecies come to pass and fulfilled, it's like it says, Amos 8, verse 12, in the context, it was mentioned that many are going to run to and fro, try to seek the words of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh shall not find it. But you got the prophets are scattered among all the nations, just like it was in the days of Amos. Now it's occurring in these modern days of Amos spiritual. So it's going to be a spiritual famine. It's going to be a spiritual famine, and it's going to be a physical famine as well too. Right, it says the spiritual famine. Verse 11 warns that God, which Yahweh, will send a famine on the land, just like he did in the days of Amos. He's going to do it in the days of these modern days of Amos spiritual. Not a physical lack of food or water, but the famine of hearing of the words. With the hearing of the famine of the word, which is the hearing of the words of the Heavenly Father. So I'm going to go to verse 13. It says the collapse of verse 18 of Amos 8, verse 13. It says the collapse of the youth. Verse 13 emphasized that even the fair verse young man, the strongest, is more vibrant, and the most resilient segment of the population will completely drop and faint because the spiritual thirst is left unquenched. This is the word. X word, and Heavenly Father is not going to be found because they're gonna be trying to thirst for that spiritual famine of the word because it's not gonna be available. So this is a definitely a prophecy come to pass and be fulfilled of the famine of the word. So it's going 1144 call while y'all watching my shot. So this is gonna be a spiritual famine. It's gonna be a physical famine, and there's gonna be a famine of the word. So with that, hopefully this sit down lesson was edifying for the second time. Sit down lesson for the second time, number 2, as of June 9th, 2026, on this Tuesday night. So hopefully this was edifying. Of the Book of Amos 8, verse 11, verse 13. That was the title of the sit down lesson. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakadash, and Heavenly Father. Our true name is Yahweh, and his unbegotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashkadas, the Holy Tongue. And I say Barakathon to the elders and apostles. Wa'akim, Wa'akbar. Until next time, I would say Kor Mesharala and above all, Shalom.